Okay, greetings, my beautiful patriots, starseeds, light workers, and of course our very brave freedom fighter Jedis that are out there every day slaying the dragons. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide revolution. Now, there's a couple things I want to go over here today on this episode. First of all, I want to, thank everybody very, very much for your very gracious response to these men, these brave soldiers that are out there. They're a SWAT operation, and has my brother, which is the godfather to my son, and we call him Pare Lex. He is the master sergeant, and he's been at this for 20 years. And they have taken on a responsibility here in the Philippines of fighting some of the most dangerous terrorists and criminals I've ever seen in the Philippines. These evil demons that do human trafficking, drug trafficking, and anything hideous to support their evil lifestyle. And they will not go down without a fight. They are well armed, well funded. Okay, and I want everybody to understand that the Filipino heroes that we support get very little money to do this. They put their lives at risk. We had a big kind of a family reunion yesterday, and their wives and kids were there, and they have to support them. They only make maybe 40,000 pesos a month, which is equivalent to about $1,000 Canadian. That's all they make, and they live a very, very modest life. I've been to all their houses. It's a very average type home. I live better, and have a bigger house, and just on my pension here in the Philippines, right? So I feel very sad for that, right? Until I get these fundings through Jacera and Nacera, I will try to continue to support them. And once I do receive the Nacera, Jacera, and my investments come in, I will bring a different world for them and their family. So it's important that I tell you all this, because I want everybody to understand the scope of the situation that what good is up against evil. The enemy is very, very well funded, the enemy that's here in the Philippines, and they are trying to expand their operations to other provinces and districts, and there's just not enough brave soldiers to go around to stop the expansion of these operations. And of course, I believe the politicians down here are so fucking corrupt. None of the money gets down to the lower level to do their job. And even when they do get the job done and take bullets for it, they don't get recognized. They get a piece of paper, commendation paper, but nothing of any significant value. They don't get a reward or anything like that. These fuckers had rewards on them. Where does that reward money go? There was I think a 2 million peso reward on this fucker, and he's got and he was a high level target, right? And then of course they're trying to go after. They see the team is only 8 of them. They have a whole district or a province to deal with, which is a huge province. It's like the size of, I would say, probably a quarter of the size of British Columbia. I mean, it's big. They got eight men to take care of, to deal with all the high-level crimes. You know, sometimes they have to use their own vehicles to go on missions. This is stuff that's very, very important to let the world know. You know, that these brave men and women need help. You know, they need help in fighting the crime. Now, maybe it may be a different story in the United States and Canada, but you know, unless we have a really good leader, you know, which the Philippines doesn't, and either does Canada. You know, there's no, you know, and I'm going to get onto that in the next video about how this is all coming down. There's only one leader right now, and that's President Commander Trump. And, you know, he's on a tour right now. Hopefully he'll be hitting the Philippines and talking to President Duterte, which was exiled out of his seat, and they framed him. And now we have the criminal enterprise that's holding office now, Marcos, the son of the Ferdinand Marcos years that stole trillions of dollars. That's what I believe. I mean, that's what I've been seeing. I've been here since 1991, watching it unfold, so I believe I have an understanding of what's going on here in the Philippines. So this is what they're up against. You know, I mean, there's still a free speech level. I don't have anybody crashing my doors down, but you know, the thing, the problem is that the corruption is over the top here, and you know, it seems to not really be on the streets. It seems to be in all the fucking federal and provincial levels. You know, military and political, and of course in the law enforcement. Those three, and of course immigration too. Fucking, they're all absolutely corrupt. I mean, I went into, when I got hit, I did a bit of a mistake there, transporting. I put my luggage underneath, and I had some silver coins that I wanted to get down here and do some trading on. They of course, and I bagged it, you know, saran wrapped it, put locks on it and everything else. They tore right through all that, and they, you know, they put big X's all around it. They never stole it, but they put big X's around it. So when I get into the customs there, you know, he sees it, marks it, and opens it up and says, okay, well, you know, you got to pay tax on this. I says, it's fucking currency. It's silver currency. You can't fucking pay tax on silver currency. It's my currency. Because I had no other cash, right? I was going to do some trading down here and pick up some cash on the way, because our fucking dollar's useless. Anyways, I got hit with, you know, it started at, you know, he come up with a price there. He says, well, this is what it's worth. It was like almost 300,000 pesos. I said, fuck, I can't afford that. I said, I can't pay that. For this, I can't pay it. I says, you have to fucking keep it here in your vault until I come out in 3 weeks, and I'll pick it up on the way back. He says, well, yeah, we could do that, da da da. And then of course, then the price changed down from 300,000 down to 200. He says, well, can you pay 200? I said, no, I fucking can't pay it. I says, I'm not a rich man. I says, you know, I'll give you a couple coins to do this, but I says, I got no cash on me or anything, right? Anyways, without me even trying to beat him down, he gets me down to 48,000 pesos from 300. He said, well, can you just pay this? So, just to get out of there, because my family was waiting outside, you know, for 2 hours, I said, okay. I paid it and fucked off. I still got the receipt on it, and I can show you the receipt. Pisses me off. But anyways, my time's up. I'll see you on the next one.